Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. A new morning has dawned and now it's time to balance out our acts by doing the Sayori and Natsuki side story. Everyone seems to love these at the moment, so I'll continue to do these. Without my voice cracking, that is. And having the best to last is cool. Natsuki! While Natsuki is messing with the orientation of a manga in the closet shelf, Sayori approaches from behind and pulls her into an embrace. What? Hi. Hi. The Literature Club has been in full swing since Natsuki joined. Including her, the club is now composed of 4 members: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. Each club member has received a day in the spotlight to share all of her favourite kinds of literature with each other. Natsuki was first and shared her passion for manga. Then Sayori shared her love for poetry, as well as how she goes about writing it herself. Monica, who has multiple literacy interests, decided to focus her day on short stories. And finally, Yuri managed to demonstrate her obsession with fantasy with a little help and encouragement from Sayori to get the socialization aspects out. After the week was spent on their presentations, Monica decided to give the club members this next week to freely explore each other's literacy interests. Sayori, having spent most of her time in the club so far with Yuri's fantasy books, is rather excited to begin her journey into Natsuki's manga collection. I want to read with you today. Tell me which one I should pick. Well, that depends on the kind of stuff you like. I mean, there's like romance, drama, comedy, mystery, horror. I like all of those things. Sayori reaches out and pulls a random book from a shelf and inspects the cover. Should this girl be wearing more... Maybe. You wouldn't like that one. In a panic, Natsuki snatches a book from Sayori but replaces it on the shelf in a less conspicuous location. Okay, well, if you really have no preference, let's just start with something that's easy to get into. A lot of these don't start to get really good until like a few volumes in, and I wouldn't ask someone to make that kind of commitment unless they're already really into manga. I could handle it. I did it with Yuri's books at least. Well, I'm more considerate than that. Although I'm kind of impressed by your attention span if you put that much effort into her books. Now, I have the attention span of a donut. What exactly is a donut's attention span? But I love my friends, and I can do anything if it's for them. Well, okay then. Let's pick you something that even donuts can read. I didn't say I was a donut. I said I have the attention span of one. Aww, were you just trying to call me sweet? You're so cute. No! How'd you get to that conclusion? And don't call me that. A donut? No, sweet. Cute. Or sweet. Oh, come on. I just don't like it. I don't need a reason. Natsuki yanks her book from the shelf and closes the closet doors. If someone asks you to stop, then you just need to stop. People need to realize that. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to hurt you. Nah, sorry. It wasn't your fault. It's what you call ignorance rather than, stupidity. Ignorance can be cured, but stupidity cannot. Natsuki shakes her head while pulling a second chair over to her desk. I was talking about something else. I didn't mean to get angry all of a sudden. Natsuki averts her gaze and mumbles. You're like a nice person, so I wasn't talking about you. I still learned a valuable lesson. What about sweet and cute things? She always speaks softly as well, feeling shy about receiving the unexpected compliment. Well, anyway, here's the book, so just start it whenever you feel like it. What's it about? Well, it's like a comedy, and there's romance too, obviously. Sayori looks at the title. It's called Love is Another Word for Luck. It's about a girl who keeps accidentally running into the same guys, and then you find out, like, well, you should just read it. But you have to tell me what you think. I can already guess who you're going to ship yourself with. It would be so funny if I'm right. Ship? I don't get it. 2 people loving one another, that sort of thing. Never mind. Let's not worry about that yet. Just make sure to tell me what you think. Yeah, Natsuki is what we call the most weeb one out of the 4. Oh, okay. I'll start then. Hey, maybe tomorrow we can do poetry too. Natsuki's the only one who probably understands what ship is. Probably Yuri in a way. Oh, yeah, I guess. But don't you want to finish this first? Yeah, but we could do both. I mean, unless you don't like poetry, but I won't make you or anything. No, it's just... Well, never mind. We can worry about it tomorrow. Let's go through the manga. but we need a balance between manga and poetry. After the conversation, meeting ends with Natsuki and Yuri leave. Monika strikes up a conversation with Sayori. I see you got Natsuki to share some of her manga with you. I really want to become better friends with her. She's so enthusiastic and expressive. I could just listen to her talk. She's so... I'm not sure if she meant I could say that to her, or that if I can't just say it at all. Say what? Nothing, I'm a woman with respect. But Natsuki is a woman of cute. Oh, I said it. What's so bad about that? I don't know. But you know, there's one thing I'm kind of worried about. Sometimes I'm afraid that Natsuki actually doesn't like me very much. Aw, that's ridiculous. How can you feel that way? Well, I mean, just little signs. Like how she only says hi to me after I say hi to her first. I think that's down to nervousness of talking to new people. And it feels like she only gets excited to talk to me when it's about manga and other stuff she likes. She just seems dismissive a lot. She was like that when I brought up poetry. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't like you. She's probably just shy, you know. Maybe. My stupid head's just making me worry for no reason. It likes to do that. Everyone does that, Sayori, not just you. We think of hypothetical scenarios that don't happen because it could be a canonical scenario. It's okay, try not to worry so much. Everything will be great. As Monika says, everything will be great. In the end, it's not all great, is it, Monika? But you could always talk to me about any concerns that you have. I'm here to help. You're the best. Sayori gives Monika a quick hug. Well, I'm going to keep trying because I love her and I want to get close to her. You got this. You got this, Sayori. You have thoroughly got this. And now the closet again. After the next club meeting starts, Sayori's the last one in as usual. Trotting into the room, she sees Natsuki sit alone by the closet reading what must be manga. Manga. Get the two mixed up. Without hesitation, Sayori pulls up a chair and plops herself down right next to Natsuki. Hello there. Hi. What you reading? Can I read with you? Natsuki pulls the book away from Sayori. You can't just start in the middle. There are spoilers. Besides, what about the one I gave you yesterday? Sorry, I was just curious. Well, anyway, I've been waiting forever for this volume to come out, and it just came out yesterday, so... Oh, that's exciting. Well, I'll let you read it then. Can I sit next to you, though? Sure. Sayori plops herself down next to Natsuki and pulls out a blank sheet of paper. Natsuki reads in silence, save for a periodic flutter of a page being released from beneath her thumb. From Sayori's side, only the light tapping noises of her pen meeting the paper can be heard. Damn. Time passes. Sayori's paper is filled with scribbles, and the margins are lined with stick figures. Natsuki lets out a deep sigh and closes her book. Did you finish? No, but it's a good starting point. My head is swimming. I need a break. Natsuki stretches her arms. At times we will need to stretch our arms in order to refresh ourselves, especially if it's like in the morning. Aren't you bored? No, I was writing. Oh, I saw all the stick figures and thought you were just bored. I just drew these when I'm thinking or writing for inspiration. I make friends with them all. This one is sad because she thinks that the night sky is pretty, but she can't look up the stars in public without everyone else thinking she's a weirdo. And this one has problems with his back, but the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with him. What the heck? You're the weirdo. Want to read the poem I'm working on? Sure, I guess. Sayori slides her paper over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads through the poem, she furrows her eyebrows. It's not cute enough, is it? She slides the paper back over to Sayori. Don't you ever feel weird just sharing all of your thoughts and feelings like that? No. I mean, your poems are like really emotional. Is that bad? Well, no, it's just an observation. I think people get close to each other if they find ways of expressing their feelings, so... Well... Natsuki begins to protest, but she can't find a good way of putting her thoughts into words. Doesn't that depend on the more the kinds of friends you have? I don't know. Teach their own, but I've never met anyone I feel comfortable sharing my poems with. Not that it's you, it's just how I am, so... You write poems? You never told me that. I just thought you write other stuff. Yeah, that too, but you should... I mean, would you ever want to share? Like I said, I don't do that. But, can we talk about something else? I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It just makes me uncomfortable. I can't help it. Still, I'm sorry. It's fine. Well, let's move on to something else that makes us both happy. I should continue with the book you gave me, so I didn't get very far yet. Sure. Great. Natsuki loves to put a lot of pressure on other people, doesn't she? Even though she doesn't really mean to, she just does it anyway. She is unintentionally a troublemaker. Over the next few days, Sayori begins each club meeting by approaching Natsuki with unwavering enthusiasm. Ones which will not be so grand for a person like Natsuki. She doesn't like to be swarmed with attention. It's Natsuki. Natsuki. She is becoming peed off. At the end of one club meeting, Monika, who has become rather invested in Sayori's friendship mission, starts an innocuous conversation with Natsuki while she packs up. It's cool that you've been finding time to spend with Sayori. She's pretty excited for a chance to read manga with you. Yeah, I'm sure you've been enjoying the chance to share it too, right? Yeah, mostly. Natsuki glances over her shoulder but doesn't reply further. What's on your mind? Nothing! I don't talk about people behind their backs. Oh? Natsuki falls silent, but she just fidgets instead of getting back to where she was doing. As though she wants to say more. It's okay to share your feelings. That's different from talking about someone behind their back. I guess. I hate when people talk about me behind my back, so I'm better than to do it to others. Monika shares a bright smile. You're really considerate. Thanks, I guess, but it doesn't feel like it. You can trust me. Natsuki stands in silence for a moment, still fidgeting. I just feel smothered sometimes. I'm not used to someone being like all over me right after we meet. I mean, it's fun to hang out with her, but I just have no control over the pace. I can't just meet someone and instantly become best friends with them and like share everything about myself. That's not how it works. I just want to chill out sometimes. Oh, I didn't realize that was happening. It's fine. Why would you have? I know. I should feel bad about it. I know, Sayori, so I should have realized. Monika navigates through her tinge of guilt. You shouldn't be guilty about it, not on behalf of someone else, which has surfaced mainly due to her being the one who previously encouraged Sayori's behaviour. Despite not knowing the situation, Monika can't help but feel a little responsible. Do you want me to talk to her about it? No, I wouldn't like it. Well, I could, I don't know, I could like divert her into another club activity for you or something. No way, that would be so unhanded and mean. Sorry, I didn't think that one through. Besides, just because I complained about it doesn't mean I'm asking for someone to solve my problems for me. True, I'm sorry. I guess I just instinctively want to try to solve problems, even if I haven't been invited to. It's fine. I would talk to Sayori about it, but it would make things really weird between us. I feel like it would just make her constantly be afraid that she's bothering me. I don't know how to just keep things neutral. Well, I think if you do a good job expressing all your feelings, she'll totally understand. Sayori really wants to be the best she can be for other people. I think she would actually be happy that you want to improve your friendship with her. Maybe. It just feels so dumb, talking to someone about how to be friends with them. It's just weird and not cool. Monika shrugs. It's a literature club. And she mumbles through a stifled laugh. It's not the cool club. Hey! Sorry, they just tickled me for some reason. Look, I know that you're kind of in a tough spot, and that it's hard for you to really express yourself. But you've really demonstrated to me that you're great at self-reflection and critical thinking, even if it doesn't feel like it is to you. I think that's the most important part of being able to navigate through these things. So I believe that you'll find the right thing to do. Well, Natsuki instinctively starts to reject the compliment, but she can't find any excuse to do so. Thanks. Natsuki gathers her things when she finishes through her thoughts in a mumble. And I'm still glad I joined a club, even if it's weird sometimes. Monika smiles, but Natsuki turns back and walks away before waiting for a reply. It was an unusual way for Natsuki to express her appreciation, but Monika knew what she meant. It made Monika feel like everything really was going to be okay, exactly. Like, these two have a friendship which, honestly, I don't think could be broken. We'll check out Mail in the next time. Balance Part 2. Let's go. As one Italian plumber would say, let's go. It's lunchtime. Sayori, who usually buys her lunch, is making her way to the cafeteria like any other day. The clamour and bustle of the students is drowned by Sayori's impeccable skill of zoning out. However, her imagination is momentarily interrupted by the glimpse of a familiar pink-haired girl. Natsuki! Hey, there's Natsuki! I never run into the other club members around the school. Natsuki! Sayori stands on her tiptoes and waves. Natsuki, who's busy walking and chatting with her friends, doesn't notice Sayori at first. Then she glances over Sayori's direction. Sayori waves enthusiastically. Hello. Following her friends, Natsuki quickly ducks around the corner. Hey! She definitely saw me. Sorry, Sayori. It seems a little embarrassing. Monika's the first to arrive to the club meeting. Then Natsuki. Sayori, having glanced through the window to see Natsuki already inside, is unable to work up enough courage to enter. Natsuki's been so distant with me. I was stupid to think she would ever want to be friends. She only got excited because she got to share her manga. But aside from that, she doesn't even like me. That's not it, Sayori. I should just go home today. Sorry, but do you plan on going inside? No. Why? I'm sulking. Oh? Well, I'm sorry for bothering you. Excuse me. No, don't leave me. I'll stay here then. I don't want to go in. I'm afraid of bothering Natsuki. I saw her at lunch today, so I waved and called out to her, but instead of saying hi, she just ran away from me. Really? Not bad. Hey! Sorry, I'm sorry if that was a joke. It just sounded like something stupid that I would do from anxiety. From anxiety? Well, I just don't like attention being drawn to myself. Oh? Well, that does make sense based on the person you are, but Natsuki isn't shy like that at all. Are you sure? I thought we were friends, but it feels like every day she just tries to distance herself more instead of getting closer. It makes me feel like she was only spending time with me during the club because I was reading manga, but she doesn't actually want to be friends with me. Well, I feel like I'm missing lots of context here. Was she in the middle of anything when you approached her? No, she's just talking with her friends. That's in the middle of something. With her friends. Yuri pauses for a moment. How do I put this? Sayori, you're very fond of your friends, right? You always want to be spending time with them. Of course, I don't think there's anything more important to me. I mean, the best parts of my days are always with my friends. Besides that, I really hate being alone, so... You hate being alone? They're opposites. Yuri loves to be alone. We're very different people. I cherish my time alone. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So I think, well, if I was trying to have alone time and it was being threatened with an interruption, then it just would not make me very happy. Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with Natsuki. She was already with her friends, not trying to be alone or anything. No, I think it's similar. It's, well, we're all friends in the club, but we have our own lives outside of the club as well. If you think about it, making new friends isn't some casual occurrence that happens on a daily basis. A friendship is an invitation to intertwine your lives together. But the capacity of which each person is ready to do that might be different. There are friends who just like to have fun together, and others who talk every day and share every detail of their lives with each other. I think when establishing a friendship, it's important to consider the comfort level of the other person. You know when to say the right words, Yuri! I mean, we really don't know much about Natsuki's life outside of the club. Indeed. It could be that she simply needs to make friends at her own pace, rather than jump headfirst into a new commitment. But that means I really was bothering her. I just really wanted to be good friends with her, so I treated her like one. Was I actually hurting her? I don't know, I'm sorry. My insight was really only based on what I understand about my own needs. And Natsuki and I are completely different, so yeah. Why was I so selfish? Even if all of that is true, then it still means I hurt her. I think I messed up. Yuri, with you, I think I was really careful to understand your needs when I was becoming friends with you. But I wasn't careful at all with Natsuki, but she already seemed very sociable with the people that she's familiar with. I just took control of everything instead of looking for the right balance. Now I hurt her and she doesn't want to talk to me. How can I let myself do this? Sayori, I think that, well, there was one time you told me something about the way I saw things in my head being different from reality. It's easy to automatically jump to the worst case scenario, but I think it's more likely that Natsuki doesn't harbor any ill feelings towards you. Exactly. So, I think if we were to realistically consider the situation, how it would cause someone to feel, I'm bad at this, I'm sorry. You're a lot better at me at things like comforting and reassuring people. Suddenly, Sayori gives Yuri a hug. You're the best, Yuri. I'm sorry for burdening you with this. You're trying so hard for me. You're such a sweetheart. It's not a burden. I enjoy listening to others, and my friends deserve happiness. You deserve happiness, the one watching right now. Sayori beams. Well, I think I'm going to give Natsuki some space. She should do what she wants, and if she does still want to be friends, then I'll learn her needs, and I'll match her boundaries. Yeah, I'm sure that's what's best. I wish I didn't feel so awful and guilty. It makes me feel desperate, like I need to make it up to her by trying to make her happy. But that's not what she needs, I just have to tell myself that. It hurts, but I guess it means I still need to grow. I really want to grow as a person. If it's to be better with my friends, I want that. That's very mature of you, Sayori. I'm mature. Sayori hops up and down on her toes. So, does it mean you'll be going home after all? Sayori shakes her head. I need to be here to show her that I respect her space. I'll just spend the club by myself today. Yuri nods in understanding. You can go in first. Okay. You're blocking the door. Oh, Sayori steps aside. By the way, before we enter this clubroom, Sayori interjects. You said that you and Natsuki are completely different, but I don't really think that's true. I think you're actually really similar in lots of ways. Yuri smiles and shakes her head. Sayori, that's absurd. You're very silly sometimes. Yuri turns and enters the clubroom. After a moment, Sayori follows. They are opposites, but they also have their similarities. What's going on now? The clubroom is quiet. When Sayori walks in, Natsuki glances her direction. Sayori smiles and gives Natsuki a quick wave before sitting down across the room. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Sayori decides it's best to continue the manga she was reading, so she pulls it out. However, it looks like Natsuki isn't reading today. She has a sheet of paper in front of her and is tapping a pen against her desk, staring at it. Oh, are we writing today? Monika speaks in a quiet voice, unwilling to disturb the peace of the clubroom. She kneels down at Natsuki's desk. Hey! Natsuki pulls the sheet close to her and covers it with her arms. Sorry, I didn't mean to peek. Whatever. I just wanted to see how everything was going. It's fine. Natsuki replies dismissively. She glances over at Sayori, who's focused on her manga. Monika follows Natsuki's gaze. I think she's mad at me. How come? I'm busy right now. Ask you later. Monika falls silent. Natsuki looks back down her paper. She inches her hand away from the top margin, allowing Monika to see. It says to Sayori. Understanding, Monika smiles. She places her hand on Natsuki's shoulder and whispers softly, I'm proud of you. Natsuki looks away but makes no motive to remove Monika's hand. Monika gives Natsuki's shoulder a quick squeeze before standing back up and pulling away. Friendship is a very difficult thing to bud at times. The end of the club meeting passes. Yuri's already departed, so has Monika. After checking on Sayori and Natsuki to ensure they wouldn't stay too late, Sayori was determined to finish her manga volume before heading out, since the end was approaching. However, with Natsuki also staying late for an unknown reason, a silent tension hangs in the air. After finishing the volume, Sayori brings it to the closet to put it away. She slides it back onto the shelf while Natsuki watches. Then Natsuki gets up and pulls it back in order to return it to its proper location. Sorry, I didn't know where it was supposed to go. It's fine. The two fall silent again, avoiding eye contact. They both look like they're about to say something, but neither can break the silence. A moment passes. Well, I'll be on my way. See you tomorrow. Sayori turns away to hide her pained expression, then walks away from the closet. If there was any proof Natsuki no longer wanted to be friends, this was it. Defeated, Sayori carries herself out of the clubroom. Once in the hallway, Sayori takes a deep breath and hits her palms against her cheeks to clear her head a little. Suddenly Natsuki's stammering voice calls from behind. Natsuki? Startled, Sayori turns back around to face Natsuki. Wow, this is a bit of a revelation itself. It's like if Natsuki somehow wants to confess something. Natsuki fidgets and anxiously continues with a shaking voice. I have a lot of things to say. Me too, but you go first. Natsuki bites her lip and can't stay still. Well, first of all, she cuts herself short, struggling to continue. Trying to force the words out, she slumps her foot and hops up and down a little. I'm sorry for the thing I did at lunch, and I'm sorry for being kind of mean lately. It's really hard for me to I'm not good with things that make me uncomfortable, especially when it comes to like feelings and stuff. So I think that the thing that Sayori shared with Natsuki, like her poem, is in an emotional start, so that kind of amplified the scenario. So, face burning, Natsuki chimes up again. Instead of continuing, she simply holds up a sheet of paper for Sayori to take. Let's see. The best place in the world. I love my bedroom. It's full of bright colours and soft things. The sunlight shines in and makes everything sparkle. It's the best place in the world. It has all my treasures, all my books, my collections, my memories. All of my dreams were born in this room. It's the best place in the world. It has all my secrets, all my failures, my fears, my feelings. Sometimes it feels so fragile that the door would break at the slightest touch. But it's still the best place in the world. But when someone knocks, I get scared. I brace my arms against the loose hinges. Please don't break. Don't come in, I'm not ready. It's my best place in the world. The knocking won't stop. I block the door with furniture. An eye peeks through the keyhole, and I panic. I'm trapped in the best place in the world. I'm not ready to share my favourite place. I need to clean my secrets and make my bed to hide my nightmares. I need to touch them to put them away, to see them again. I have so much to do and I'm scared I'm not ready. But it's still my favourite place. I still want to share it, however long it takes. If you wait patiently, I'll eventually open the door and I'll show you the best place in the world. It's metaphorical about Natsuki in the way. It's a poem, but I thought, well, I sucked up so I could work out things with you. So just be happy about it. Please? Ah, Sayori smiles deeply from the bottom of her heart. I'm happier than I could express. I feel so awful, but I'm so happy that you would do this for me. I actually realised before the club meeting today that I made a mistake. I got so caught up in the chance to get close to you that I forgot to think about what you wanted, and that we probably have different ways we like to make friends. About that, the friendship stuff. What about the friendship stuff? I mean, it's okay. I understand. So you don't have to force yourself to talk about it. Haha, Sayori, you're so understanding and too kind for this world. Your poem did a good job, so don't force yourself if you're not ready yet, okay? Natsuki nods. You don't have to feel like you did anything wrong. It was my fault and I'm sorry. I wasn't mad at you or anything, at you today or anything like that. I actually felt really guilty and wanted to give you space. I was thinking it's silly that I just approach you all the time, and that I should just let you approach me when you want to. Just whatever makes you comfortable. I'll respect that from now on. Friendship should always start with those feelings, with the right balance. Natsuki nods again. One thing about that, well, I don't want to have to approach you all the time either. I just want it to be balanced like you said. Sayori nods. I understand. We'll make sure of that together then. We'll make sure of that together. Well, anyway, now the two of them have found common ground, Natsuki finds it easier to speak more freely again. I'm not going to be like sharing my poems all the time now or anything like that, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to do once in a while. Only the best ones. So you better like them, because otherwise I might change my mind. I like anything you do, Natsuki. I was just saying. More importantly, I have to tell you about my new boyfriend. Huh? Oh, from the manga? Wait, I need to guess who it is. You definitely won't be able to guess. The two walk down the hallway together. Oh my god, we have so much to talk about. darn, I should have told you to save the last 2 chapters so I could see your reaction to the big reveal. Ah, you want to enjoy it with me? That's so cute. Oh, shush. Come on. Lovely, lovely. That was actually shorter than the other side stories, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see, Paula Minor. She was mentioned in one of the things that Ria Vorti was in. Staying focused on our goals. Okay. As a reminder to help guide our data collection, any analysis performed should be focused on answering some of these main questions. How does granting elevated access to the VM affect a person's emotional state, or a person's values and goals? How does someone effectively navigate and experiment with their ability to change the contents of the virtual machine? How is elevated access being weaponized? What actions and values most contribute to the destruction of the universe? Most importantly, how might your observations apply to our universe? Bonus, how can we present this to upper management as an operation that benefits our company? And also an unrelated note, whoever changed the color scheme of the desktop pink, could you please change it back, because I'm professional and it runs the risk of drawing eyes. I can understand that whatsoever, because pink is quite a alluring color in itself. Right, music. Yeah, this collection is starting to come together. I don't think we've quite completed it yet because we've still got 2 more side stories to go through. So we have here... Oh, hello. Finish a side story, balance 2. So that's where those new models are put into place. Finish a side story, balance 2. Okay, they're balance 2. What about balance 1? Okay. That's from the side story balance. Acquire all of Natsuki's other poems. Okay, so at the very end of Natsuki and Yuri's one, I want to actually go through these other ones, because these all take place when you've acquired every single poem piece of a particular character. And then there's Monica's one, which was probably the easiest one to do because, well, there's only there's only one poem for Monica, a scene from the side story balance. I'm still wondering, because do the last 2 side stories have the remaining 2 there? So all the poems have been completed. No more secrets unlocked. A new background, which I imagine is the vending machine one, will be unlocked at some point. I think a preview was within Natsuki and Yuri's one where that takes place. God damn, these promos. It's going to be so hard trying to get all these promos. Some of these are down to words that you select, which is going to be really, really difficult. Like crossing off different words that you have already selected and trying to get to ones which you have not selected. Like some of these are thematical, like going for the weekend or about skipping. That's quite thematical because, well, you use the save and load function in order to actually get to that point. Why is Sayori a cow? Like Monica is an angel. Yuri is some kind of grim reaper. Natsuki is just some kind of cute anatomical doll or something like that. Delete Monica for a second time. Celebrate Monica's birthday in 2020. I think it's really funny that there is like a verified Twitter account of Monica. Okay, so we've got one more wallpaper to unlock. Oh no. It would have to be the cases that there is an extra CG in one of these extra side stories. Okay, folks, that is all that there is going to be for today in Sayori and Natsuki's story, because that is actually the shortest one so far. The other ones have at least 10 more minutes or more added to it. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall see each other the next time of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, where we'll be tackling the reflection story of Yuri and Monica. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.